Alright, really jumping into the deep end here. I'm trying out this new flight utility called Sim Flight Toolkit Pro. It's really difficult to remember. Sim Toolkit Pro. The funny thing about it is that it says Pro, but it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. You know, a utility made by a gentleman named Dan or something. And I'm going to use it to track my... I've set up a flight from Land's End Airport here, where we came with the Spitfire the other day, and I had some shenanigans with that taxi, not a taxi driver, but another airplane follower here, and I think his name was... Let me take a look here. My entries. Icebird for all. We had a little bit of flying together with the Spitfire when we went to land at St. Mary's on these little islands of a really strong wind. I managed to get back here to St. Luke's. Even though I struck the prop on my landing there, they fixed that up pretty good. They let me get in the airplane again and fly back to St. Jude's. I did that off stream the other day so I could start from here from Land's End Airport, which is near St. Luke's, and then I came here with the Spitfire when I had bought this Flying Irish Simulation Spitfire last week, and that was a lot of fun to fly over here. But I am role playing this thing. You know, I am role playing being a pilot here and having to like make money for fuel and all that stuff. So I do plan on flying the Spitfire back to Boscombe Down Airfield, where I left my Cessna 152, and that's what I'm gonna do now. We're gonna take off here from Land's End, and we're gonna head to RAF Boscombe Down, where I had left my Cessna 152, by where my friend BKG lives. He's gonna call me a little later, but it's the sun's setting, so it might turn into a bit of a night flight, which will be a little scary. In a Spitfire, a World War II fighter, it's not really designed for flying at night, this particular plane, I think, but we should be able to get it done. We're going to take off from runway 34 over here. I was just checking with the drone view where the wind is coming from over there, and so let's just get ready here and get into the Spitfire, fire it up. We're going to unlock, make sure the tail wheels, make sure we do a turn here, we don't crash into this fuel tank and fuel area and fuel truck here and have a gigantonormous explosion. We're going to turn right to starboard, and then we're going to taxi at the end of the runway and hopefully have a smooth takeoff. It's been difficult for me to take off in this machine. Spitfire is tricky to take off and land, especially with wind. There's a bit of a crosswind with that sudden turn, yaw to the left that this big Merlin engine with all its power does. It can be very tricky. Okay. Oh, I don't need an applause. It's all right. No need for applause. It just sometimes it comes on when I switch scenes. I don't know why. All right, but all right. Let's jump in, and let's see if we can do this. All right. I'll activate track IR again, and we're gonna go through the takeoff checklist here. Okay, so the first thing is to move the throttle forward, turn on the little battery switch. All right, then I'm gonna look down here. We're gonna turn on the fuel valve so the fuel is running to the engine, and I'm gonna pump a little fuel to the engine with this little wobble pump until the little red light on the right hand side there is turns off. All right, here's the wobble pump. The light turned off. That's good. Then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to fire up the magneto number 1 and magneto number 2 to the on position. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to open the boost in the engine core. I'm going to just take a look around in front here to see if there's anybody in front of the propeller. No, I would give a shout, as well, but I don't think there's any ground crew. In this place, they never want to work here, these people. They're always like, they're having a coffee or a home or something. They don't want to work. Okay, I understand them. And another thing, okay, this is the mixture is off. I should check that. I should put the air screw all the way forward. Okay, about a ½ inch there on the throttle. I'm already gonna trim the rudder trim to a couple of degrees, so that let me just do it like that, so that the airplane doesn't a couple of degrees. It's easier for the airplane to take off. All right, over there, and let's fire this thing up. Here it goes, firing it up. All right, that's nice. A little bit more throttle just so it doesn't turn off. Nice, always a pleasure to turn this plane on because this Merlin sounds so good. Wonderful engine. No fire starter. I don't have to run out the little side door, so I'll close that side door. They haven't added a sound to that side door yet. I can't close the canopy. I'm not going to do it just yet. And I think parking brake is control. I'm gonna call in. Okay, I have to turn on a radio here on the left side. We'll just go to the A radio. All right, and that'll activate our radio systems. And let's turn to lands and ground on 120.255, and let's request taxi. We're gonna depart straight out.
Lands and ground, Lovely Bird 1, request taxi for takeoff, departing straight out. Lovely Bird 1, taxi to and hold short of runway 20 using taxiway cross runway tree 4 cross runway 07. Contact tower on 120.255 when ready.
All right, so they want me to go to. They want me. I'm gonna acknowledge that, but they want me. They want me to go to runway 20. I thought I would go based on the wind direction on that windsock there. I was pretty sure I was gonna go runway 24, but they say no. Let's do a little flyabout with the drone view to see where the hell they want me to take off from. And oh, I see what they're saying. Okay, look at this. This is an interesting airfield, Land's End, because it has these grass runways too. Okay, look at that. They want me to taxi over there to runway 020. All right, or runway 20. Oh no, runway. Oh, the wind changed. I think the wind changed. Yeah, they want me to taxi all the way right to runway 20. The wind is coming from that direction. They're right. They want me to take off from that grass runway there. All right, there's some trees in the end. That's kind of worrying for me. I would rather go on runway 07, but hey, they're air traffic control here. Even if they're not the human air traffic control, let's listen to what they're saying and let's do what they're saying. Hopefully, it won't result in a crash. All right. Sometimes you have to make your own decisions that go against what other people say. Generally, air traffic control. When you talk to air control, you generally don't want to do that. You want to say exactly what they say, because they probably are seeing something you're not seeing. But yeah, let's try it out. Okay, gonna leave this drone view over here. All right, I'm gonna go back to the airplane, and I have this little bot right now. It's called a STKP Twitch bot, and basically you can predict stuff like when I land, you're gonna predict how many feet per minute I'll land. These light airplanes are single prop planes, small prop planes, warbirds. They're generally between 0 and 100 they land, okay? I predicted 100. So you go like exclamation point predict space and you put a number. A very hard landing is like 700 feet per minute, like an F-18 on a carrier deck or something. 500 feet per minute, negative 500 feet. I'm predicting 100, okay, which is like negative 100, but all right, we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's I think can I turn on some lights here? I think I can just press L, turn on the strobes. Probably a good idea. Take a look from the outside. Oh, yeah, just L. All right, and yeah, let's give some power. I'm gonna undo the parking brake here, and then I'm gonna turn around this machine here. This powerful machine that's rearing to go. You can really feel the Spitfire rearing to go as soon as it starts taxiing. You can already feel it. That it's rearing to go. It wants to take off. It wants to go fast, and that's why it's such a fun plane to fly. You have to be gentle with it. You can't like throw it around too much on the ground, especially because the wheels are distance between both wheels is quite narrow. But once you get in the air, then it's really a joy to fly this airplane. Yeah, and it's gonna turn into a night flight. It's gonna be a little scary. I'm doing live weather, live ATC, not live ATC because I haven't tried VATSIM yet. That's what like live people controlling it. Eventually I'm gonna try that, not yet though. But I'm doing live weather, live time, live players. We might run into people along the way. All right. Okay, so they want me to taxi to... They said I'm gonna cross runway 25 and 34. So here's 25. I'm gonna cross 34 here. And I'm gonna go all the way to the edge here. Ooh, going around a little bit too much. Be careful. Alright. Right up here. The runway 20, which is a grass runway, which is kind of hidden because it's there's these asphalt, these paved runways here. But look at this, there's a little grass runway here, Land's End Airport. This is one of the airports that have been added in the last sim update. And this is where the tower wants me to take off from. So let's just stop. Oh, a little bit too hard on the rudder, on the brakes there. All right, let's just stop right here. Okay, and I'm gonna double check my trim. Let's go a bit more trim. Let's go to like 4 degrees. I think it'll be better. And let's tell air traffic until we're ready to go. And we're gonna go. All right. At ATC, request takeoff clearance, visual flight rules from Land's End Tower. Let's go.
Land's End Tower, Lovely Bird 1 ready and runway 20 departing straight out.
Lovely Bird 1 cleared for takeoff, runway 20 straight out, departure approved.
Right, I'm looking for that windsock to see if I can stand up here. Make sure the wind is coming from this direction because it still feels a bit weird. I can't see the windsock any longer. Maybe it's more this way. Oh, it's right here maybe? No, I totally lost it. Oh, alright, let's go.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 20, Lovely Bird
Alright,
1.
let's see if I can take off without crashing. Here we go. Very slowly, I'm gonna get my boost to like about 8 and leave it there and we're gonna go. Can feel the wind. Very windy. All right, that's nice. Wait. That was a good takeoff. There's the windsock, and it's a pretty strong wind, so that was easier. Let's put the landing gear up. All right. I'm gonna close the canopy. And here we go, submarine Spitfire. Flying around from Land's End Airport here in the UK. Beautiful machine. All right. And if that preview is on, oh, here we go. I have a wrong thing. Hold up. There you go. I think. Oh no, I don't need applause. Thank you. What the hell does the applause keep coming on? It's not for me. That's for the viewers. Okay. Frequency change approval. I'll acknowledge that. And I do want to pass by St. Ives, which is on the coast here before I resume the flight. That's where my dad grew up. We're going to do a little bit of a couple of orbits of St. Ives and Carbis Bay here in the south westernmost point of England, Land's End Airport, heading to RAF Boscombe down. Our estimated time en route, ETE, is about 47 minutes 34. You can see there the Flight Sim Toolkit Pro data that we're getting. And let's just do some low flying on this one beautiful English coast here in Cornwall. This part of the world in England is called Cornwall. It's a very, very beautiful, a really beautiful part of the world. A lot of artists live here, and one day I want to spend some time here, like some months if I can, somehow. I'm gonna try to pull back on the throttle a little bit. This is not altitude streamer because I can't use my same map. It's gonna get confused about that. Put the RPM down to like 80 or more or less. Maybe around 60 now. I don't want to overheat. Oh, I don't want to go outside here. I don't want to overheat the engine, so Let's leave it around 80. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And it can give you an outside view as well with this wonderful. But it's a nice feature, the drone. It's not I shouldn't call it wonderful yet because they have to improve some things about it. I want a flyby view. That's a one button press, F3 preferably. Like it's always been a Microsoft Flight Simulator. And tower view would be nice, so you can, you know, have like a spot on the ground set, like looking up at your airplane, so you can fly around it from this outside view. And here we are approaching St. Ives. Looks quite beautiful down there. St. Ives, England. A beautiful little village. I have spent time here. My dad grew up here. He used to sell ice cream on the beach when he was 14 years old, right on that little beach right there. Little fishing town. You can see the light starting to come on, or maybe that's from the reflection from the setting sun. And here's Carbis Bay. My dad used to swim a lot. There it is, Carbis Bay. We're gonna do let's do a low pass on St. Ives. I don't want to crash, so I'll do it from the first view, and then the second pass I'll do it from you can open the canopy, say hi, can wave to people. I'm used to altitude Sturmovik, so I keep pressing the altitude Sturmovik keys to try to open the canopy and change the RPMs and all that. But this is Microsoft Flight Simulator, not altitude Sturmovik. I have to remind myself I am flying on Warbird, so that's why I keep thinking it's altitude Sturmovik. Alright, St. Ives, a gorgeous little part of the world here. Alright. Let's do a quick fast pass on Carbis Bay too. Right here. Just take the shingles off some of these hotels here. That's a fun plane to fly this. They go so fast. And it's so smooth. There's the moon. Alright, back to a regular flight attitude. If I keep flying this direction, I think there's some RAF bases here. If I was really doing this flight, you know, with here, let me close this so I can hear myself speaking a bit more. I was really doing this very realistic manner. There are some airspaces here I'd be prohibited from flying across. They're outside the coast there because there's some RAF bases, and they fly like Eurofighter Typhoons and all that sort of stuff. These jets. So I would be avoiding that if I was doing super realistically. I probably wouldn't be at this height as well. But maybe I would. You know, uncontrolled airspace. But I'm not sure if the rules in England are different from the rules in the United States. But in the United States, I think it's below 10,000 feet is uncontrolled airspace, or up to 8,000 or 10,000 feet, I think. And basically you don't need to, you know, submit a flight plan and get air traffic control if you're below 10,000 feet. I'm learning about all this stuff right now. I do want to, as a goal, to eventually get a real private pilot's license at some point in my life, and this flight simulator is gonna help me get there. It's the fidelity of this flight simulator is really amazing. It's you know, it's really, these flight simulators these days are really have amazing fidelity. I'm just out tabbing here real quick. I am getting a little bit of stuttering now. I don't know if it's because I out tab. Let me disable the preview over there. Yeah, I got some bad stuttering now. Right when I out tab to Sim Toolkit. So let me minimize it. Maybe that'll help it. Let me minimize everything here, and hopefully the frame rate will stabilize. All right, there you go. That's better. I can't turn on the flight in the video game as well to check on my heading. The GPS tracking on from time to time. But I'm slowly learning how to do all this stuff. I'm need more rudder trim to starboard here. I mean less rudder trim because the airplane wants to turn right. Maybe the aileron trim. I think it was control 4, if I remember right. Or 7 maybe. I think it's 7. Yeah, I need to maintain a different heading here. Let's see. I need to maintain a heading of. Let's dial this in because I don't want to. All right, around there, and I'll just check my heading here. And you can see it on the top there. They're about 63 degrees. Okay. A little bit of cloud here. The Earth is round, so if I climb up. I'll be able to, if I start climbing up fast enough, I'll be able to see the sun again because it already set, but the Earth is round, you know, so the sun disappears behind the horizon. You know, if the Earth was flat, the sun would, I don't know, there wouldn't be any really twilight. It would just like go from, you know, light to very dark pretty quickly. All the way back there, there it is. Climb a little bit. I don't want to climb too high because you see how the engine cut out a bit? That's a Spitfire. If you have too many negative G's, the way this engine works, it cuts out a little bit with too much negative G's. But I don't want to fly too high because I like to stay by the clouds here. It gives me more a feeling of flight. I'll turn off the lights. You can see the windmills down there. Very beautiful. Yeah, this is where I like to be. I like to be by the clouds here. There you go. A nice view. Yeah, my favorite thing about flying is the visual beauty and the feeling of speed. And when you fly by clouds, you really get the feeling of speed. Because if you're flying high and you don't have a frame of reference close to you, you don't realize how fast you might be flying. Cruising at about 280 knots more or less here. But when you fly near clouds, then you see them pass by real fast, and then you can see how fast you're flying. These are like some wispy clouds. I like the big cumulus ones that are more well-defined because then you can really see them streaming by quickly, you know. But I'm using live weather here. This apparently is what it's like in this part of the world, in the southwest England right now. And we are going to get down low to the deck and eventually... as we get a little closer, do some low flying close to the Earth. I'll do a quick pause here. I have to just check on the trim controls on this thing. Let me search by name. Let's go search by name Aileron Trim because I fly different flight simulators. I forget it's control 4 and 6. Okay. All right. Let's. Okay, I got that. Control 4 and control 6. So okay, it's wanting to turn right, so I want to control 4 to turn left, okay? But you know what? This is what's going on. The Spitfire does not have aileron trim. It doesn't have a little thing here that lets you, a little tab there that lets you make it move a little bit higher. So we have to do it with the rudder. All right, I have to do it like here. So let's go more port now because we had it trimmed to starboard. And what happened now if this frame rate keeps changing? Probably something to do with this Flight Sim Toolkit Pro thing. Maybe with live players, that there's some live players coming up. It comes and it goes, and then it stabilizes again. Very odd. Oh, here you go. Stabilized again. That's good. Or maybe it's just the terrain loading. This video game loads terrain from the internet. That's why you can fly around the world and have this type of visual fidelity. When you're flying over a new area, it starts loading more terrain from that area. Let's pull back. Let's leave, because I don't want the engine to cut. I keep forgetting about this. This is a World War II Warbird. It's not a Cessna 152. I should leave the boost below 8 there, okay? It's weird that they put the other ones in green, because those are the high ones. Green should be okay, you know. You don't want it to be good there for too long, so it should be red, really. It's... I don't know, but what do I know? I mean, I'm a graphic designer, but I've never designed an interface for an airplane. Setting sun, very beautiful. You could put some music on, some Pink Floyd if you like. It would be pretty cool. I have to start turning those cockpit lights on, so I'll be able to see where I'm going. I hope they have lights in RAF Boscombe down. It's an Air Force base, they must do, right? Off course a little bit while I go on the outside view. Beautiful machine, Supermarine Spitfire. Over England here. Alright, getting pretty low. Let's just do some low flying in this flight. Keep it fun. Gotta get back on course here. A little off course, but that's alright. It's a visual flight rules flight. You can just, if you see something interesting, you can go see what it is. Not an instrument flight. We're not at the altitude. The air traffic control would be in touch with us, telling us what to do. Oh, a little bit close here. And look at that. I think this is like this area here is where some famous parks are. It's a muse. I forget the name of that forest. It's a famous forest around here. But even right here. No, not too much forest left, unfortunately, in a lot of Europe. Yeah, I didn't expect to have to do this as a night flight, because usually I like to go with daytime, but since I was using the Sim Toolkit Pro tool, I just decided to plan it as if it was right now. And I did take off with sunlight, so and it was still sunlight around, so it's interesting to have these different lighting experiences when you fly at different times in this flight simulator, because there are really subtle changes in the lighting. It's really beautiful to see. Let's climb a little bit. Make sure I stay below 8 on that boost there. Here, I was a little high. Alright, let's leave it around there. Okay, let's take a look at the fuel oil temperature. Seems nominal. Radiator temperature seems alright. Fuel, we have half a tank. That should be fine. Not sure about the radiator, if it's a little bit too hot. Make sure I'm not gonna crash here before I keep my head in the cockpit, down the cockpit too long. Alright. Radiator and all that stuff I think is totally automatic. If I remember right with the Spitfire, I don't think there's anything I have to do with that. One second. Oh, sorry. Hold up, let me turn off track IR 1 sec. Give you an outside view. Having difficulty deciding one of these views. Okay, that's better, I think. Oh, call. This is my mom. Oi, tô voando. Tudo bem? Não consegue ficar sem... Mas o que tem o dedo? Mas você não pode trabalhar tanto, né, mãe? Ah, é o teu pulso, Você tem que... Mas quando você trabalha fica pior, no Rio não te doeu, né? É, então você não... Tá, tenta o dilagrife.org, tenta usar o Safari. Back, and yeah, I'm gonna give me a quick call. I'm mentally having some computer trouble there. as is the case with many people, I think, who are a little younger. I tend to be the technical support for my family. So when something goes wrong, I generally am the person that's gonna try to answer some questions about what's going on. All right. And what time is it? It is 2:32. Let me just send one voice message and Ô mãe, quando terminar esse stream aqui, eu vou ver se consigo te registrar, eu te mando, eu te ligo de volta, tá? Daqui a vai terminar daqui uma meia hora mais ou menos, tá? Um beijo. Alright. Alright, turn on track IR again. I have this like headlamp turned on. How do I turn off the headlamp? Or is it mandatory to have it on? Control L. On, okay. I guess you have to have it on. Alright, well we'll just keep it on while we're in the cockpit. And we keep flying from the outside view when we want to look outside. There you go, the sunset, beautiful sunset with a submarine Spitfire in the picture here. And really zoom in all the way in with this flight simulator. You get all the details on these airplanes, on these wonderful flying machines. This is one of the most wonderful, a real work of engineering art, the submarine Spitfire. The little custom paint job that I put on there of Hypertech Zero. I call my planes Lovely Bird. I put hearts on them. Today I finally managed to get my head around how to do it properly, so that when the game overwrites, when there's an update, it doesn't overwrite your skin if you know are being like me and a total hack. I just copy and paste it on top of the default skin. So I know how to do that now, and so now finally, after a long time, I am going to write a tutorial. It's both going to be both a video tutorial, because everyone does video tutorials these days because they want to watch the YouTube videos so that they make money and stuff like that. I understand, you know, I want to eventually make some money too, but I really miss people that write blog posts so that you can do search and you can scan and you can read without having to listen and jump back and forth with a video. And I am looking forward to putting together this tutorial about how to put your own custom paint job on your airplane, so you can put something like this on your own airplane. And I'm going to not only make a video, but I'm going to write it too. I'm going to put it down in text on paper, and we are going to have both video tutorial and text tutorial, as things preferably should be, you know, because if we run out of electricity and things go off and there's no more light and you can't turn on a computer for a while, you better still know how to read something on a piece of paper and write something on a piece of paper. I think I have terrible handwriting, but I've had people recently tell me, oh, your handwriting is so nice. And the reason is because no one knows how to write anymore. No, everyone uses keyboards. You know, I think my handwriting is awful, but someone said it was nice because, you know, I don't want to know what their handwriting is like, you know, scratches. But it's important to use pencil and paper, people, if you can, okay? If you're able to use pencil and paper, please continue doing so that we don't lose that very important skill for learning and for communicating to the future. You can talk to the future by writing things down. Okay, so the time travel is possible. It's called books, it's called writing, it's called drawing, and someone in the future can listen to your voice after you're gone if you do that sort of stuff. And actually, just give me an idea. What up? Vem me ver enquanto isso. So I should zoom out here so I don't you know. Let's see. You can see with this outside view, you can also see like the difference. Like this is a wide angle lens make, you know, like the subject gets really small. You zoom in, that's more or less normal, okay? And if you zoom in more, that's telephoto, it compresses everything. In movies, when a director wants to do a really, you know, dramatic shot, like in the beginning of Rambo 2, of the helicopter flying towards the screen, then they use a telephoto lens to like give us really dramatic shots of helicopters, of machines, or like the sun in the background and stuff like that. All right, let's go back into the cockpit to check where we are. I think I'm a little off course here. Yeah, we're off course. Let's get back on course here. Make sure our boost is below 8 there, so our engine doesn't stop. We want to keep heading. Now our heading is going to change a little because I've been just flying a bit of a zigzag off course here over to RAF Boscombe down. Now our heading is going to turn to what is that, 70 more or less? Between 60 and 70 it should be okay. Not another outside view. So I can show you like another example of this. See how the lighting changes very subtly? If the lighting is over here, it's kind of reddish over there. It's twilight. The stars are starting to come out. There's the moon up there. But if you start looking this way, the lighting subtly changes in the game, just like in the real world. It's like now you're looking towards the sun. You know, and you can come back here, and we can get in close to this machine and give you like some cinematic views. There you are. And I like how for this Flying Iron Simulations Spitfire Mark 9C, they've added a custom pilot model, like a World War II pilot model, so you do feel like you're really flying a World War II airplane, visually, orally. And the way it feels is really good too. Lights starting to come on. Here in the UK, local time, I think there's a clock in this, so let's see. Yeah, local time just after 8, I guess. No, just after 6. It's about quarter to 9. Alright, there's a little clock you can see. Is that the real time in the UK right now? I'm not sure, probably, because here in New York City is what, 2? There's only 4 hours ahead right now. We had the time change here recently. Can I turn these lights totally off? Is this position lights? I'll turn on the position lights, but how about the in-cockpit lights? Is something I can click to turn it off here? Let's turn on my headlamp again. I'm not sure if they have the light switches modeled yet, if they work. Maybe it's on the right hand side. I'm not that familiar with this cockpit. Some floodlights there. I don't think those work either. I'll turn them up. I'll turn it all the way to on. And we'll parking brake. We don't want to set that by mistake. That'll be bad to land with the parking brake on. All right. Yeah, I don't see light. I don't think they have a model just yet. Tow heat. I probably should turn that on, right? Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I think it's pretty cold, you know. Yeah, it's gonna start getting pretty dark here. I'm gonna land at night. Gonna be tricky. Hopefully they have lights on the runway. Hey, Icebird, how you doing? Welcome back. What do you think is nice? The Spitfire? Well, I know you like the Spitfire because we flew together the other day. I haven't forgotten about to send you the Discord link, but I want to fly with you a couple more times, all right? Because you know, I want to keep this moderated. I don't want to like overstress myself with the moderation. I want to be able to stay on top of it, and it's been a bit of busy last few days learning how to do some things. I'm gonna do a tutorial on on putting a paint job on your airplane that doesn't get overwritten when you Microsoft updates Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that you don't have to copy like 2 million files. You just copy the files you change. It's going to be both a video tutorial and a written text tutorial, because guess what? I love writing. I love blog posts. I wish more people would keep writing blog posts. These days everyone just does videos. You know, we are in the 15 minute of fame era with everyone is going on the internet trying to do videos, trying to make a little bit of money if you can, or just you know, of the goodness of their heart to teach someone something. And I love videos, but I do like text as well. I think that they go well together. If you have something video and then you have something the same content in text as well. A little bit of a stutter here. I think that happens when because I'm totally live here, live players, live weather, live everything. I think it happens, these stutters, sometimes when you're getting into a new area. Microsoft Flight Simulator is loading more scenery. Let's keep checking on the boost here. I am below 8 boost, so the engine shouldn't and my RPM down here is I think about 60, yeah, 70, 77. We'll drop it a touch to 70. I just want to make sure I don't overheat this engine. Now we can get to RAF Boscombe down. Estimated time en route at 9 minutes right now. We're getting over there. Okay, I can turn on this bigger map over here, and we can see where we're at. Yeah, we're just about a quarter of the flight to go to RAF Boscombe. Oh, and I had to say it, right? Did I go crazy, or did my engines? What's going on with the engine? I started feeling a loss of pressure here. Am I going crazy, or was there a loss of pressure? What do I have to do? Open a radiator or something? Something's happening and I don't like it. Let's take a look for a place to land. There's a big road over there. Something's happening, I don't like it. I think, despite everything I've been saying about this, learning to fly this airplane, I think we're gonna have to do an emergency landing. It looks like a decent field down there. Number one, you find a place to land, okay? I have no idea what happened. If no engine, maybe no gear coming down. Look if your gear goes down. Copy that. Maybe no fuel. I mean, let's check out the fuel. Holy shit, there's no more fuel. Did I not put enough fuel in the plane? Okay, let's... All right. I saw a field here that looked good. I have to let's try to run on the highway. Let's try to run the highway. Emergency landing on the highway. Okay, there's no collision modeling of cars in this game. We're just gonna. Oh, there you go, airfield. Okay, airfield. We're just gonna try to make that. All right. Nearest airport list. This will be Yellville, Edgy, Tower. I don't think there's request emergency, but we're just gonna go. If I can make it to it. I don't think you can. I'm not gonna put the gear down now because I don't want more drag, to see if I can make that runway. All right, red lever to the right, click once if the gear. Okay, that's that lever. That's an emergency release, right? With like. All right. Well, I think I didn't put enough fuel. This is why flying involves so much planning in the real world. It's not just about taking out the plane and flying. You have to enough fuel. I think I neglected. I just went for the default, which is around 50%. I neglected to. All right. Fantastic. Okay, I'm so lucky. Okay, I think I can make that runway. I don't think there's a way for me to feather the propellers in this version of this airplane. If you're too late, no gear. Copy that. You have about 30 seconds. Go for it. All right, let's try it. But I might just, okay, let's just put it down. Let's try to put it down. I hear it coming down, I think. We're gonna, deer's down. All right, 1, 2, bus. Okay. I copy. Sorry about that. Okay, acknowledge landing clearance.
Land runway 26, lovely bird 1.
All right, unscheduled stop here because I forgot to put enough fuel to get all the way to RAF Boscombe down. So we're going to Yeovil, whatever this is. I'm just gonna go straight in. I don't know if this is the right direction based on the wind, but it's an emergency landing, so I can hear the engine getting starved of fuel. All right, so okay, let's drop the flaps. Probably should be flaps. I mean, the engine's still running, so that's why I'm putting down the flaps. If the engine had stopped, I wouldn't pull down the flaps. I would just go straight in over no flaps because I wouldn't have enough. Okay, if you're too late, no gear, fuselage, get that damage. Copy that, Icebird for all. Thank you for your help, sir. All right. I'm gonna turn off this light here because I'm just gonna do this by feel here. No flaps, otherwise too slow. Okay, let's put the flaps up. Can't see any more here. Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Whew, you're right. No sir out here, copy that. I'm in the United States of America, I'm sorry. Everyone says sir here or ma'am to everything. And if you're ma'am, I apologize for that. Or if you're or they, I apologize for that as well. So I'll just call you Icebird. All right. Okay, no sorry, it's all right. I had guessed that I would land at negative 100. I crashed. The landing was recorded at negative 1976 feet per minute. Okay, that's almost 3 times as much as a F-18 hitting a carrier deck. You know, I don't know. It's not IL-2 Sturmovik, so I don't know if my pilot died or got injured or not. That was probably, you know, probably got a bit injured there if he didn't make it out. And copy that. Copy that. We are all on the same level. I agree. And what can I say? I'm gonna have to redo this flight. It's too bad, but here let's for the sake of okay, for the sake of the viewers who are still here, and I didn't expect this flight to learn so soon. Let me just go in and we'll go to this RAF Yeovil. Okay. I don't know if it's RAF, what the heck that is. It was something Yeovil, right? I don't know where. Was it here? Yeovilton. Okay, we were here. All right, set as departure. Okay, let's get the Spitfire. And now, this was my mistake here. This was probably both at 50, okay? Now I'm going to leave it at 50 because we don't have that far to fly to Boscombe down. So I'll just leave it there. But the interesting thing about doing this in Microsoft Flight Simulator is like, you see this big circle here? As you move that, it changes that circle. Like your range gets lower. It shows you how far you can fly based on your fuel. Okay, and I had neglected to, because there's so many different things you have to look at. I think I was spending so much time admiring my new paint job here that I totally forgot about setting that. Okay. All right, we're just gonna start at the runway and we're gonna go to Boscombe down. Okay, that's where we wanted to go to because we're gonna pick up our Cessna 152 there. Enough to talk and understand. That's cool. That's all right. All right, so you live near London, but English not your first language. That's awesome. I have a friend who's near RAF Boscombe down. I mean, you know, he's British. He's born in Rome. His father is from Libya. His mom is English. You know, he's a citizen of the planet, just like everyone else. He lives in the UK. So more power to you. If you can fly more, if you can fly more than one language, can speak more than one language, that is awesome. Okay, we're just gonna. I'm gonna stick with the flight things. We're gonna take off at night. I'm gonna land at night. I'm gonna stick with the live weather and live time, and you know, it's a learning experience flying this. You know, I was like, I can't, the RPM was low. I made sure the boost didn't go over 8. Why is the engine failing? No fuel. I didn't put enough fuel in the plane for the bloody flight. All right, and I have this little bot happening here. I mean, I don't have the. Now I crashed and the flight plan, you know, is canceled, but that'll be for the next one.
26 ready for takeoff east departure.
All right, gonna departure east, and then we're gonna turn. We're just gonna keep going straight east, okay? All right, let's try it again, ladies and gentlemen. Tricky thing of the Spitfire, and it's another reason maybe that, you know, I didn't realize that I was running out of fuel, is the fuel gauge Oh, easy. Easy, Stallion. The fuel gauge, unless you press that button, okay. Now it shows 50%. Unless you press that button, it doesn't operate. Because that was a safe battery in World War II, because the battery power in this airplane, I guess, wasn't as strong as to keep it on all the time, okay. So, okay, so we want a bit of a right starboard bias, because we have a powerful engine that wants to go left with the torque there. A little bit of a trim down on this nose. And we're gonna undo the parking brake over here. Alright, gonna look out the side of the airplane. Let's open the cockpit. Let's do a cockpit open land takeoff here. Alright, let's go. Watch that rudder. Let's close it too loud. Oh! It's gonna keep going, try to get takeoff. Horrible takeoff, you know, right over, barely missed a bunch of parked aircraft. That wind, look at that plane, look at that truck over there, like a police truck. They were they knew it was me taking off. They were ready to go out there and put out a fire, you know, and they almost had to. Jeez. Oh, gear up, that'll be good. Turn this down. Alright, let's try this again. Let's try to fly to RAF Boscombe down. It was pretty close. I wasn't that far from it. There it is. Spitfire night flight. That's not what I was planning, but that's what happened. Alright, get to set the trim. Not too far to go. You see the airplane keeps wanting to roll to the left now. That's because of my rudder trim I set for takeoff. So I should reset that. Beautiful machine. We could follow a run. We could follow one of these roads over there too, but. Let's try to stay in here. And this is a nice effect, this light here. Okay, let's get the starboard trim now back to a neutral bias. Oh, a little too sensitive, this track IR. Alright, around there. Alright, let's do a little bit of a low-level night flying here. Generally not what you're gonna do in the real world, but we're in a flight simulator, so why not? Let's follow this highway for a little bit. Once I land the RAF Boscombe down, we're going to be picking up the Cessna 152 Lovely Bird that I had left there when I went to test the Spitfire, and we're going to resume our missions to make enough money to eventually buy one of these Spitfires in-game in my little pilot role-playing career. And we're going to start flying up north towards Norwich to visit my uncle and my aunt who live there. I'm going to try to land on with the Cessna 152. We're going to try attempt a landing on their on a field by their backyard there. All right, let's not go too off course. Let's just get back on course here. We do want to get to RAF Boscombe down before it gets totally dark. There's a little bit of twilight still. You can see the stars up there. I haven't I'm pretty sure that this game, okay, I recognize Orion over there. That's the belt of Orion. There's Orion. Alright, I call Amber here. She'll probably be able to identify a bunch of other stars. There's the moon. Alright, halfway there. I'm learning slowly about all these shapes and these big shapes here. This is all like airspace restrictions and stuff like that. I'm actually reading the Federal Aviation Authority manual here in the United States because eventually one day I want to get a real pilot's license. It would take me about 40 to 60 hours to get it, realistically. It's gonna cost money, but I want to do it. And so I really have to get checked out in the Cessna 152 and practice as much as possible and learn about all this stuff, what all these symbols mean, about all the way you're supposed to talk on the radio to the air traffic controllers. Hey, you can use, oh, it's a link. All right, if you put links on the chat, unless you're, I have to give you permission. I can't do it right now, I'm flying, but let me make a note of that to give Icebird for all permission here. Icebird, trusted users will put that there. Sorry about that, Icebird. That's where my auto moderator functionality here in the stream, getting your link out. Is it free like flight lessons? that'll be nice. I think it probably means something else, right? But I should probably use little nav map too, right? Okay, let me do this. Hold up. All right. I'm gonna quit. Visual flight rules. Charts for VFR. Cool. Yeah, there's this thing called little nav map, I think, and I think it has that built in. Visual flight rules with the charts and everything. Are you a pilot in real life, if I may ask, or you just love flight simulators? Well, like, it's crazy that mirror reflects your light too. Is the canopy closed? I think it is, right? Yeah. All right, we're approaching. We're getting to the airspace. So RAF Boscombe down. Let's control that. Let's. Oh, my radio's off. Even. No wonder no one was talking to me. Okay. All right. Request full stop landing. Left traffic, runway 23, Lovely Bird 1. All right, let's see if we can see where the heck this is. I think that's probably it right there. All right, and see, if this was the real world right now and I had actually prepared to do this properly, I would have like a navigation chart with like a picture of this RAF Boscombe down, of the runways and everything. There are things in Microsoft, a bunch of utilities like Sim Toolkit Pro and a little nav map and a bunch of others from Microsoft Flight Simulator that will give you that functionality. But since I don't, I have to figure it out. I have to improvise here. So runway 23, okay, that means a bearing 230, I think. Let's see. A 230, that's gonna be southwest, okay. What is, whoa, I don't want to be upside down. What's my heading right now? 60. Okay, looking out there. I suppose that runway 23 is this one over here. But we're just gonna have to guess. I'm in the pattern now. Flying with Sims since Flight Sim 2 back in 1986. Whoa. Awesome. You're a pro, man. I think the first Flight Sim was in 1982, I think, right? And I see it sometimes when it comes on. That is awesome. Let's see if we can see the number of the runways. Runway 23. There it is. That's it. 23 right there. You can barely see it. All right, let's acknowledge the landing clearance. We're gonna land right there. All right. I'm always a dilettante. Yeah, I'm a bit like that too. And I have loads of different flight sims I play too, so that can get confusing, you know, like the combat ones. Awesome. That's the best definition of an amateur, I think. You do something because you love it, not because, you know, you want to make money or want to be professional and get paid to it, just because you really enjoy it. That's why I fly this lovely bird, 00-001. This, I like to, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, name my airframes and put these hearts on it because, you know, I love flying. I love flight simulators, and we need a little bit more love in the world. So, all right, let's get this thing ready for landing. I'm gonna put a little bit more of the torque trim there. Put a nose down over here. Put the power back. We want to be, I think, below like 170 if I remember right. Or was that this Mustang? I was flying this Mustang the other day. Now I don't remember. I think maybe below 160 to put the landing gear, miles per hour, put the landing gear down. And this, let's put the flaps down. All right. Oh, you made scenery for RC sims? Awesome. That is awesome, dude. You know what flight simulator I'm most excited about? I was lucky to pay the bait a little bit. Balsa Model Flight Simulator by the same guy that made a Kerbal Space Program. That's coming in the future. There's no release date yet, but I'm looking forward to that a lot. All right, let's put the landing gear down. Let's get this thing ready to land. Here it comes. All right, there you go. It's down. Let's try not to crash at with 1,700 plus negative feet per minute now. Let's try to keep the runway in view here. Walk? Okay. Sounds good, babe. Sorry, I'm in landing mode here, so I. But I'll message you. I'll probably come follow in a walk afterwards. Let's open this canopy, should we? Do it. You can find it on my page at, okay, cool, right here point, cool. And after this, I made a note to put you in the trusted users list here, so I'll be able to put links and stuff. Okay. Apologies, I can't do it right now. I do want to try a landing that I don't crash with the Spitfire. That's always my goal, you know. But some days are better than others. I forgot to put enough fuel to make it to this place. I had to do an emergency landing that kind of broke the airplane at Yalesville, whatever it was called. And now, but we're finally going to make it to RAF Boscombe down here. All right, seems to be a little bit wind pulling me to the right there. All right. Just gliding it in slowly, just gliding it in by feel here. A little bit of right rudder. All right, that's not too bad. A little bit of a bounce. Some right rudder. There's a bit of wind. You have to control of the ailerons. Oh, it's so tricky, this plane with these little. Look at that. I hit the right It wasn't enough to break the airplane, but I did clip the wing, I think. That wing had probably touched the ground there, so it's gonna have to be fixed up. Alright. At least managed to land. This airplane doesn't, they haven't modeled the floodlights yet, so it makes it taxiing hard because you can't see. There's no lands up front. Knowledge ground's helpful. There's some airplane over there. That was probably a player. Let's or no, is that a ground vehicle? I don't know. Okay, let's get off the runway. Okay. Fantastic. That's good. It's good to know how to, you know, improvise. I had to improvise this landing too. I have a lot of trouble landing this airplane smoothly. It's very tricky with these. Well, as soon as it touches the ground, it's very easy for the wings to drop. So I have to use both aileron, but I guess that's normal, right, in the real world as well. That's taxi to parking.
Lovely Bird 1 taxi to parking.
Lovely Bird 1 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Echo Bravo.
I don't have any of your charts with me here, so I'm just going to go up here and park up here.
Echo Bravo, Lovely Bird 1.
But I'm probably gonna have to stop soon because I need to go for a walk. Been inside all morning. I did a bit of the New York, well, it's the one I use is the New York Times one, but it's like a 7-minute exercise that you run and then you do like a strength thing and then you walk and then you do another strength thing and it's just a way for you to, if you look at that, there's no lights. I'm just gonna have to leave it here. Alright, I'm gonna check this link for Icebird for all. Alright. Okay, let's taxi to this one up here. There seems to be like some sort of parking here. It's really too bad there's no floodlights on this thing because it would be nice to know to see where I'm going here. So I can just use my my headlamps. Yeah, I'm in taxiway B here. It's far away from where I'm supposed to go, but I'm just gonna leave it around here. Fantastic, Icebird. I will be adding you. I'll send you a link to the Discord, okay? And I'll add you to the trusted users list. And thanks so much for dropping by. We'll park by the Cessna 152. We can pretend that this is the Cessna 152 Lovely Bird that we're gonna get later. So let's stop right here. Let's turn on this message here. All right, thank you, sir. I thank you. See, I'm in America. I keep saying sir. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'll just say thank you. Alright, flaps are down for landing. I'll put the flaps up again. Let's turn off the magnetos. And let's shut off the fuel, cut off the fuel here. And to finish the flight, we'll hit this little switch here, which is the battery master switch that'll finish our flight. When you put the battery off in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it considers that you know, turned off the airplane. The Spitfire doesn't have a keys, you know, someone could come and steal it if they had fuel in it. They could just go press the starboard button if you knew how to the landing pre-takeoff sequence to turn out the engine. But we'll leave it here. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you, that's very nice of you to say. I will check out. Let me write this down. Let me write this down while I'm over here. Your link, okay, my page at Reichler Point AT, okay? My page at T Reichler Point AT. All right, I'll check that out. In the meantime, here, let me just do this now, before I forget. What was that? That was Nightbot, I think I used to moderate this thing. And if I put you in Nightbot as a trusted user, then you'll be able to paste links here without having to you know, do these shenanigans. Let's see. Where are we? Regulars. All right, I'll add a user there, and I'll put Icebird for all. All right. Submit, and that should have worked. If it doesn't, then it probably takes a little while, but it's there. All right, and I'll check out your Reichler Point A stuff as well. T Reichler Point Oh, .at. T, right, blur. Check that out. Is this it? I think that might be it. All right, I'll check it out afterwards. There's a balloon there and there's an IBM thing. I'll check it out. Aero platform here. I think that's it. If I got it right. All right, and I'll check out your site a little later. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, wherever you are, or maybe it's already Wednesday, wherever you are. I'll probably be back a little later with Valheim or more Flight Simulator stuff. I'm really getting into the Flight Simulator. Thanks so much. Have fun in hyperspace. Have fun in the real world. This is HyperTech Zero, and I am out.